As a wife, employ God. Ask him, Lord, help me. That prayer is very effective.
Potent.
As a mother, ask him, Lord, help me. As a wife, ask him, Lord, help me. In your place of work, ask him. And that has been my help. How do I mean? Sometimes I will wake up, I have a lot to do. Okay, maybe you have to go to the market. And I pray, I say, Lord, help me. And before you know it, I go to that market, because there are sometimes you go to market, you meet a lot of challenges, but you come back and it went smoothly. The Lord has succeeded in helping you, that you will meet up. Even in your office, you are faced with a lot of challenges. Then how do I go about this? That simple prayer, Lord, help me. Ideas just drop that makes the work easier.
To another edition of Sarah's Kindred, right here on Kingdom Word Radio. Kingdom Word Radio is your online gospel radio that helps you know Christ and live by his truths. On Sarah's Kindred, we, women who fear the Lord, learn to speak with each other about the way to live appropriately as people serving the Lord. And also we teach each other what is good and right to do. That means on Sarah's Kindred, we're not just satisfied with serving God or being called the people of God, but we want to also live rightly and walk in his ways. I am Ikechi Odu, and you are welcome. Now, I don't want to have this conversation by myself. You can be a part of it via our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at the KW Radio. Or you can send us an email with your questions and contributions at radio@pastor.ng. Stay right there. We'll be right back shortly. Good to have you back again on our program. This is still Sarah's Kindred, if you're tuning in to Kingdom Word Radio. And we are on another beautiful episode. And I know you're going to be blessed by listening to us today. We'd like to hear what you have learned so far, your contributions, and even questions. You can head to all our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the KW Radio. Our topic today is balancing family and career. And like we do it on Sarah's Kindred, I don't have this conversation by myself. I'm here with an amazing woman of God, a mother of 5. She has been married for 12 amazing years. She's a nurse and a midwife working with Planned Parenthood Federation of Nigeria. Please let us make welcome for her first appearance on Sarah's Kindred, Mrs. Elizabeth Okonkwo. You are welcome, ma.
Thank you, ma.
I'm so happy and excited to have you here today.
It's my pleasure.
And I know we're going to have an amazing conversation.
Thank you.
Now, I know that women are just saying, with so much to do every day, so many demands on women at home and professionally, can there really be a balance in our lives as women? Is there really a truth in this idea of balancing the family life and the professional life? Can there really be a balance?
Okay, thank you so much. The answer is a big yes.
Okay.
Yes, remember, we are not just women, we are Christian women. And the God we serve, our Bible said that we can do all things, meaning work, family, everything. We can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. So we can achieve a balance with God strengthening us.
Amazing. I think this heads to our next question. What really, when we talk about balance, what is that for you? What does balance mean in this concept? What does it mean to you?
Okay, talking about balance, we are talking about ensuring that we are effective in the different aspects of life we are involved in without any part of it suffering, without any part of it being neglected. That is balance. In your workplace, you are effective. As a wife, you are effective. As a mother, you are effective. Creating that stability and prospering in those aspects. That's balance.
As you're talking about that, I just feel that there's a woman are saying that is a lot already. How do you even in practical terms achieve that? Well, that's why we are actually here today, to actually sit down and have this conversation. So I want to find out from you, in your understanding, in your journey with the Lord, in what you have understood from the Word of God and how you have tried to, implement the principles of God in your life. Well, I want to know what are some of the guiding principles that you have employed in the area of being a wife and a mother. And when we're talking about family and career, it's not two things, it's three things, because family is two in one.
Yeah.
It's being a wife first, then a mother, and a mother to both biological and non-biological. And then you now have the profession, which has no definition of what it might be. Because you also have the young woman, who is an entrepreneur, and for her, she's the accountant, she's the marketer, she's everything, and it's just so much. So I want to find out from you, what has been like the guiding principle for you on this of this journey? What has helped you and formed, will I say, concepts that's led you in life so far?
Okay. When we talk of these concepts, we are talking about, remember, like I said earlier, God. We can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. And that has been my help. Because, it became real to me when combining these responsibilities.
Yes.
It's really literal. When he said we can do all things, we should not think is maybe doing miracle like raising the dead. No. As a wife, employ God. Ask him, Lord, help me. That prayer is very effective.
Potent.
As a mother, ask him, Lord, help me. As a wife, ask him, Lord, help me. In your place of work, ask him. And that has been my help. How do I mean? Sometimes I will wake up, I have a lot to do. Okay, maybe you have to go to the market. And I pray, I say, Lord, help me. And before you know it, I go to that market, because there are sometimes you go to market, you meet a lot of challenges. But you come back and it went smoothly. The Lord has succeeded in helping you that you will meet up. Even in your office, you are faced with a lot of challenges. Then how do I go about this? That simple prayer, Lord, help me. Ideas just drop that makes the work easier. Also, you can send help. Someone comes that can help you, and while that person is doing this, you are doing another thing. So that the major thing is inviting God, allowing God direct you. Don't do it alone. Initially, when I started, when I had my first son, I thought it's something that you can do with more strength. With strength. No. One day God said, my dear, he tapped me and said, by strength shall no man prevail. Not by your power. Not by your power. I can say that when I had one child, it was harder for me than now. It's quite easier. Very much easier for me, because I try to invite God literally in everything I do. And he said he's our ever-present help in time of need. And he will come. The way he will come will amaze you, because humanly thinking, you may not even think about that. Yes, and he comes through. And is very much effective, and you will be wowed that indeed we serve a living God.
Thank you so much, Ma. On Sarah's Kindred, why we take our time to really introduce our guest is so that people will not just have in mind that maybe this person has not been married for long or doesn't have so many children. So when she says what she says, you know that this is someone who has gone through the ropes and she hasn't been working before. She's still working. So she's telling you that the foundation of being humble before God is a classical, foundation. And I noticed when you were talking, you said, it's easier for you now with all the children that you have and the responsibilities increase in your career than when it was when you had only one child, and how that now you now have help, you delegate and all that. Now that brings me to the next question, because at times some women will tell you, I don't need help, I want to do it on my own, because of all the gory stories we hear about help. How does a woman know that she's doing too much? Because it's only when you know that you're doing too much that you can say, I think I need help. Yeah. Because there are people that the concept of help in life is foreign. Yeah. They're not even thinking about it, but they are dying under the weight of responsibilities that they are not even aware. So I want us to help a woman today. What can we see? What can a woman look in her life? And this woman, like you said, God said, my daughter, by strength can over prevail. From your own experience, what can you see in a woman's life to say that this woman is doing so much?
Okay. One major sign for you to know that you're already doing too much is when you start making unnecessary mistakes.
Wow.
Our God is a God of excellence.
Wow.
And if you have God with you, you try to perfect to the best you can to be excellent in whatever you are doing. As a mother, in your place of work. So by the time you find out that you start making unnecessary mistakes, maybe as a nurse, I pick up a drug that is meant for someone else and give another person. Is a sign. You should know that you are already doing more than enough. You need help. You need to, if it's something you need to delegate, you start thinking of it. Because if not, you find yourself in a place you wouldn't like. You find yourself doing things haphazard. You won't be efficient enough. You won't be thorough.
Yes.
That's the word. You won't be thorough in what you are doing. You start making unnecessary mistakes, which can cost you your life, or can even cost you your job, or even your children. So that is a major key. When you find yourself making unnecessary mistakes in your place of work, or you find yourself talking to your husband anyhow.
Wow.
Just because maybe he asked a little question, you just flare up.
So display of stress.
Yes, it's a sign. That's you are full. You are full. Yes, you really need help. Because if not, you can start destroying your home. Your husband will like, since when did this just start? Talking because you won't realize it that I just spoke to this man in a way I shouldn't. And your children are watching. Don't forget. Then your workplace also. So when you start noticing those, it's a sign that you're full and you need some help.
Why I actually laughed when you were talking, I just felt that some women will say, Madam, what are you saying? That is the way we live every day. We have been like this for years. That is the way we are living. So I don't know what you are saying. That is the way we are living. So are you saying that this is not the life? Yes, that's why you have tuned into Sarah's Kindred. Because on this program, we teach women not just how to live, but how to live rightly. When you were saying you are not thorough, I remembered an incident. A lady who lives in my estate came into my house and said, please let her use my blender. She wanted to blend, was it obono or something like that? And I said, okay, I fixed everything for her. So she was about to blend. And I said, wait. I looked at, this is not even, obono is bigger than egusi. Yeah. And they are not so much. And she was about to blend it. I said, did you even look into this? I started bringing out plastics, hair, And I said, this would just, and it didn't even take, cleaning that thing did not take 3 minutes. And I said, wait, let's just clean this thing before you, and she would have blended all those things.
With that dirt.
So honestly, when we are at times, we are really, really doing too much. And I want us to, before we get into the next question, I still want us to sit on this doing too much. I want us to if you can give us some more examples, because I want women to listen to this program and see themselves in it and say, wow, that's me doing too much. I either need help, either to talk to someone, or start getting help, or start calming down, or start talking to myself, or start sitting more in the Word of God to, deal with some personal character issues. Yeah. So I want us to sit, maybe 2 or 3 other examples about, signs that you are doing too much and that you need help. And this help is not just getting a nanny. It might be so different. Like the examples I've given, it might be, I need time out with the Lord. It might be retreat. It might be vacation. It might be go and see your father, your mother for a while and come back home. So I just want to find out for you, can we give more examples of, how it shows that we are doing too much?
Okay, thank you so much. For example, let me start from the place of in your family. How you know that you're already doing too much? You as a mother, you find yourself shouting for your children for necessary things, because there's what we call transferred aggression.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, you just find yourself beating your children for maybe the small boy picked up a cup of water and he poured on the floor. The next thing, you are already beating that boy. Why did you this? You are not thinking about it. Not the part. You didn't even care to know what happened, of which you can also make such mistakes. Water can fall from your hand and is a mistake. And this boy just did the same, and you're already beating. It's not about what he did. It's what you're already thinking, that I'm already stressed out, and you are here. You want to add to the stress I'm already going through. So, and how do you go about it? We find a lot of mothers, they have children at home because they felt they are still small. They don't allow them do things at home. No, you have to start. Wow. That child can't just start doing things at 10 years when he has not done it when he was 5 years. You have to start teaching that child. My son washes his clothes. They wake up in the morning. They have the rooms they sweep. You sweep this side. They have division of labor. After our morning devotion, everybody knows their daily chores. You go and pick up your own. Even the one that is 3 years old, he arranges shoes. He knows where. Once we are done, he goes around the house, pick up their toys. He knows where to. He does his own job. He does that. He picks the slippers. Sometimes he will even come to my leg. Mommy, pull the slippers. I want to go and arrange it. I'll say, just don't worry, I will keep it. When I said I should not keep it anyhow, I think no problem. I will go and keep it.
Spoil his work.
Yes, so that we won't say he didn't do. It starts little like that.
Wow.
They are getting to do something. And it's easing you off.
Relieving
stress.
you.
Yes. Because if it's not done, you enter, maybe you are just coming back from work. You saw a cup on the floor or plates. You start shouting from there. You start screaming. But they already know that this is not. So when they find out, they won't even drop it there. They will arrange it and keep. So it saves you that stress of shouting that, why is this one here? Why is this one here? They keep those things for you.
In order.
You can't be there. You have younger ones. You are the one sweeping. You are the one mopping. You do everything yourself. After work, you come back from work. Maybe you close by 4. Then you enter the kitchen. Then the assignment is waiting for you. You delegate. Like my son, I told him, you will help assist your younger ones. They will do those ones. I will cross-check. Then he will do his own. I will now check his own. So when you do that, it makes the job easier. So when you come, I know I only have the 2 older ones. I have the assignment to go through. But the younger ones, the older ones have already done the assignments for them. They've already assisted them in doing it, and which I know they've done thoroughly. And it saves me a lot of things. It helps you. You now have time for your husband. Remember, the husbandman is there.
He's still there.
He's still there.
The first one.
Yes, he's still there. Yes, he's still there. So you should not be neglected too. You have to attend to him. But by the time you want to do everything yourself, you find out that by the time you get to the bedroom, you are already tired. You are worn out.
Yes, ma'am.
When he touches you now, you start. Maybe he's just trying to pet you. You've turned it to fight. You just turn it to fight, thinking he wants something else. No, he just wanted to say, but because you are stressed out. you've gone to the point of breaking your breaking point, and that's not good.
You know, Ma, as you were talking, thank you so much, Ma, as you were talking, it's painful that this is the reality of the lives of some women year in, year out, without a checker or a break. And that's why I'm so grateful for the topic we have today. A listener who has heard us so far said, you know what, okay. I realize I need help. I'm doing too much. I now realize it. Where do I even start? How do I go from here?
Okay. In your home, you look out for what are those things that are stressing you. Is it the food? Is it clothing? Washing? You know, you find out if it's something you need a help, you can get a help. If it's something you can afford a washing machine, you can get that. Thank God for technology, which I think is God that has given. Yes. Thank God for that. You get a washing machine. It makes the work easier, which you can put your clothes and be in the kitchen. Of which, if you are washing with your hands, you can't do that. Time. Yes. It helps you to multitask. You can do that. Then, like I mentioned, delegation. If your older children can help, the ones they can do, don't expect that they will do it thoroughly.
Perfectly.
Yes, they may not. But remember, I said that practice makes perfect. So as they practice it, they will get better. As they practice it, they will get and learn to overlook some things.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe they swept the house, they didn't sweep it well. As far as it's not life-threatening, my dear, leave it. Let it be. Just call the child. You know you didn't sweep this thing very well. Look at that dirt there. You need to. Next time they will do it better. Next time they will do it better. Just give them a few months or a few weeks. They will sweep very well. Then when you are in the kitchen, bring them closer. Get them involved, depending on the age range. It should not be this one is a boy, this one is a girl. Whether boy or girl, let them be involved. So that when you are not at home, they can put on the gas. They can make, even if it's making gari, or if it's to warm their own food, they can do that. And as time goes on, in your place of work also, when you get to your place of work, depending on your rank, if it's something you can delegate, learn to delegate. Get people, don't
carry everything
that you want to do because you want to do it excellently. They won't do it the way. No, because that way, doing that also, you don't give your subordinates the opportunity to grow.
Yes,
they won't learn. Allow them to make that mistake. Correct them. When you correct them the first time, the second time they will become better. They will do it better. So allow them. Or give them the duty. Delegate. Ask them to do it. Why you attend to the more, like for us in the medical line, there is what we call we prioritize in order of importance. We have what we call our ABC of ABC. You have to plan according to how is life threatening. You check the issue. Can this patient now based on you've worked with this person for a long time, for some time, and you know his capability, you know what he can do. Can he attend to this? Okay, you attend to this one. Why I attend to this? It makes the work easier. It makes it easier. So that's
wow, thank you so much. I feel filled up already, and we have not even gone half, but this just brings us to the end of the first half of the program, and already I am so blessed. Like, I feel like I've just taken a break. And I think every woman needs this episode indeed. This is still Sarah's Kindred right here on Kingdom-WORD Radio. We are going to continue this conversation after this break, but we'd like to hear from you. What have you learned so far? What are your reactions to some of the things our guest has highlighted on? You can head on to all our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the KW Radio. See you soon. to have you back again on Sarah's Kindred. This is still KINGODOM-WORD Radio. We have been having a very relieving time. Like literally, I feel like I took a trip in 30 minutes. And we've been talking about balancing family and career. And our guest, Mrs. Okonkwo, has been doing an amazing job so far. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
We've been talking about the family and balancing family and career. And one of the things we highlighted is, how do you know you are doing so much? And she took her time to highlight, a lot of symptoms. Let's use the medical term. A lot of symptoms of when you are just, shouting, being stressful, aggressive, having errors, and not being perfect or excellent in what you do. Those are some of the things that we have, achieved so far. And she really gave us a very beautiful definition of balance. That's making every area of your life line up in effectively in alignment. So that is the goal. That's what we are trying to achieve. And she also shared with us some beautiful principles, which she started by saying God is her underline, is the foundation, and how the whole thing changed her life from when she had her first child, even to when she later had other children, how it became easier as the years went by. And that brings me to the next question. Ma, you have gone through, several seasons. Yes, you've gone through several seasons when you were having the first child, probably when you were schooling, I can remember.
Yeah.
And at a point in your marriage, if I can remember, you had to, school out of town, and your family was going through that season of traveling a little bit on the road, and you were having children as well. Then you got a job, you are now settled in Enugu, and you move from one job to another, and you're seeing promotion from one level to another in your family. Yeah. So I want us to talk about navigating the various seasons, of life. How has it been with the Lord on your journey in your various seasons? When you were going through your very small seasons, how has God encouraged you in the various seasons of balancing, maybe starting from your academics to your career now, and raising a young family and watching your children grow with the little finances and the increase and the promotions along the line? Please just share with us.
Okay. The Lord has been good to me, I must say. And one thing I would like every mother, every woman to know is taking it one day, one step at a time. There's this song, "One Step at a Time, Dear Lord, Sweet Jesus." Take it one step at a time. When you want to, there's an adage that when you want to pack your whole fingers inside your mouth, it won't enter. Take it, the ones you see, take it that time and ask the Lord for help. He said, "My grace is sufficient for you." He will give you the grace to do it. Don't just say, okay, hey, how will it be in next? You start planning long-term plans. No. If you have one child, take it like that. Then unity is very important. Remember, like I said, working together. My husband has been a very supportive husband to me and a father. When you work together, he said 2 can chase thousands. But when you want to work alone, it becomes difficult. Let there be openness, nothing to hide. Carry your husband, let you and your husband make decisions together. And with God, remember, God is the head. We are 3 of you are triangles. God, your husband, you. You form a strong cord. So the Lord helps you with, sometimes his wisdom. He gives your husband suggestions. Because when you think you know it all, that mindset it will frustrate you. But when you allow the man to lead, even if initially sometimes the decision will look crazy,
painful too.
Yes, and sometimes it's not sweet,
uncomfortable.
But you find out that when you obey, when you obey, submit, you find that it will come out, you say, wow. And you will be happy you did. You will be happy you did. But if you don't, I bet you it will not end well. You will find yourself struggling. So working together has been one factor that has helped me.
That's unity.
Unity. Yes, unity. Wow. And always knowing that your husband is the head and God is his head. So there's no need putting pressure on him. All you have to do is you can put pressure on the word.
Wow.
Yes, put pressure on the word of God. Instead of putting pressure on your husband, put pressure on the word of God and be sure that God will put pressure on him. Yes. If it's something that he wants, God will put pressure on him and you'll find it easy for you, for yourself and the family.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I really thank God that on Sarah's Kindred, we have dealt with the issue of submission in marriage, including the Christian marriage. We have also dealt with Mr. Right, which is what we are talking about, how to choose Mr. Right. Because you're now talking about sharing with your husband. If you are not married to a Mr. Right, you find out that you will not be open. You'll be like, nothing will come out from this.
And some even that are married to Mr. Right, they try to believe social media.
Yes, that's true.
So that's error number one.
Yes, that's true. That's why, and I want to openly, direct ladies to visit all our streaming platforms like Google Podcasts and Spotify using the handle, the KW Radio. And listen again to some of our past programs on, submission in marriage, how to know Mr. Right, and all other issues we have dealt with in marriage, so that when our guest speaks about their marriages this way, you know where the foundation is coming from. Ma, I still want to ask on this navigating the seasons of life, because I just feel a woman is saying, I know, I don't also believe in doing too much. I believe in taking it one step at a time with the Lord. But there's this quiet fear in me that I might miss out some things in life. And it's just that fear is just there. And at times it attacks my faith. So as a woman who has moved from one season to another season, how can you encourage this woman who feels that probably devil is painting a picture that this season of life will never end? It will always just be where you are. Can you encourage this kind of woman?
Okay. Dear woman of God, you should never forget that the Lord is with you always. He said always. So have that in mind. And I want to tell you that in seasons like this, find time to separate yourself from the world. Like, seek the face of God. No matter how busy you think you are, just find out time. Find time to, you have leave. Take your leave. Take your leave. Go for a retreat. Wow. Take out time. Seek the face of God. It must not be a whole week. It can even be a day. Yeah. You may not even go to any retreat center. You can decide, if your house is quiet enough, I can have it there. Take out time and seek the face of God. You will find strength. In fact, you will be renewed. When you come out, you look like a giant,
a lion.
You look like David. Where is that Goliath? So come out. I'm ready to take you down without that fear, because fear is not of God.
Yes,
fear is of the devil, and that is the major weapon he uses to try to bring our faith down. Fear of the unknown. Yes, it happens, but in the presence of God, that's where we renew our strength. So find out time, seek the face of God, and you will be renewed.
Wow, thank you so much, ma. That's so encouraging. Okay, I just want to give you the liberty to share some personal tips now that you can look into your marriage and say, wow, by the wisdom of God he shared with me, this has worked. This has really brought some form of ease and balance into my life. Maybe 3 or 4 tips that has helped you. If you can just share with us to, encourage women, strengthen them, and give them the ideas that this kind of thing is possible. It might be in parenting, it might be in career side, or just managing the home front. Any tips that has really helped you, that the wisdom of God has inspired you to employ in your personal life?
Okay. Let me start in my home. One major thing that has really helped me, I try as much as I can. I think it's God that gave the wisdom. I try to plan my home. If you have a family, you know the type of family you have. You have children. Like my husband don't like eating outside. And my children, I don't like them to snack. We are not the snacking type.
Okay.
So we basically eat cooked food.
Wow.
Cooked food.
That is work.
So, yes. There was a time I saw, they said they banned Indomie. A lot of mothers were panicking. I saw that. I told one, I said, for the past 12 years since I've been married, my children don't eat Indomie.
Wow.
She was like, how do you
Clap
do
off
that?
it.
Like, she was like, are you for real?
How?
I said, yes. When I had my son, when he was about 6 months old, he was trying to, after exclusive, we were trying to introduce a diet. So, Indomie is, all these noodles are easy now. You just put, I try to put crayfish, I try to
put eggs.
But I knew, coming from the medical line, I knew that this is not balanced enough for this child. But because it was easier, human beings, we like the easy way out. Because it was easier for me, just instant. Cha-cha-cha-cha is ready, So my husband now called me and said, my wife.
Yeah.
My wife. As in, he said that he don't want this Indomie for his children. I said, okay, sir. And eventually, the one I bought, I ended up eating it because so that my money would not waste. And that was the first, and that was the last.
Wow.
So you may ask, what have we been eating then? So I try as much as I can to, if you can buy in bulk.
Okay.
Buying in bulk has been a major help for me. In my office, I try to. We have a kind of. You can just ask. Are you interested? Let's share beans. You buy a bag of beans, you can be 5, you can be depending. Let's share. One is that it helps you save costs. It's cheaper. Because some of us think you go and buy Maggi, a cube of Maggi is like, I don't know whether it's 15 naira, I don't know how much they sell now. But when you buy pack, at that 15 naira, multiply by, it costs down. Yes. It's cheaper when you buy in bulk. So you can do that in your office, or you find some friends, call them and say, okay, please, can we share? Let's share beans. Let's buy it. You buy those things in bulk. It helps you. Sometimes, depending on your family, your family income, how it comes. There are sometimes it may come in bulk.
Yes.
Then get things. There are sometimes that I can be at home for a whole month with just maybe 5,000
you won't notice it because the house is
everything is there. You can you have the oil, you buy oil, you have rice. If the worst comes to worst, when you put beans is one good food that it doesn't really require
mega stuff
to cook. Yes. No matter how just little things, it comes out good and is nutritious. You understand? So check those things that work for you. Then the food your children. Remember, when you are making decisions, you have to also consider the stages, the ages of the age variation you have, and what the propensity of what they are likely to like, and when you are considering those aspects also, don't consider what they like really. Consider what they need, because children naturally love sweet smile. Yes, give me bobo, give me biscuit. They are okay. But ask yourself, is that really okay? Would that help them? Is that balanced enough for them? So buying in bulk helps us to it will help you to save costs. It will help you. Then you cook in bulk too.
Yes.
Cook in bulk, though this also can vary, because if you don't have lights,
that's a challenge.
Yes, it can be a challenge. For me, in my area, we usually have lights. So I cook in bulk. I cook 2 times in a month. Yes, when I go to the market, I cook 5 different soups and stock in the fridge, and that will take me for the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it makes the job easier. That saves you and makes you more relaxed at work. Because remember, when your home is settled, you are relaxed at work. Yes. And when you get to your office also, how do you make that balance? How do you navigate? You don't wait for the time when dead hour. Rush. Like, I don't like rush hours. When it's, like, let's, no, I don't like it. So I try as much as I can. I know, you will write reports quarterly. You write your report at the end of the month. Why wait till 30th before you start? You understand? Start on time. As you are getting the information you need, you are writing up, putting up something, even if it's a sketch. Have a draft that once it's time, you will have to, you will now, by then you are done. You have your report, you submit that. They won't be calling you every time. This is first, this is second, you have not submitted your last month report. It's not good. It's not something that the child of God should be known for. You should be, like we said, you should be efficient in what you are doing. So you try and plan ahead. You know your job, you know what you're doing. Work towards in achieving that. And you will go smoothly in your profession.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ma. That's so, I believe you're really challenged women into, organizing, sitting down to just organize, or even sitting down into tapping the wisdom of God for their own lives. Because now we are sharing your own practical tips that has worked for you and what has helped you. So this is a call for women to now sit down and say, God, what works for us?
Yes, because one cap does not fit all.
Yes, what works for us? When you were just talking about this issue of the noodles, I just found out that there are times, there's season in my life, I just cook a little bit over. My family is not too large yet, so I just cook a little bit over. So with that, I still have some form of, extra food. So if somebody just comes into the house, you can just say, do you have somebody? What would you like to have? Yes. And you just find out in the house, you kind of have something to serve.
Yes.
And it's such a good idea. So without that, you can live without doing the Indomie thing and all the noodles thing. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much.
Pleasure,
now, for a final word, this is like talking. We have stayed on seasons, because we just want to help some women today. I want you to just give an encouragement to a category of women, women who find themselves in a season, and I know that you've been in that season, maybe that season where you have little children and you are young in your career, so you're getting the fire at home and getting the shouts at work, or a woman who is starting the business, and you know how you have to throw in so much work at the initial stage when you're starting a business, and back home you have little children, and it's as if you are pouring in so much. And at times someone say it's just as if the husband does not really understand what she's going through. So I don't know whether you can encourage this kind of woman at this kind of season today.
Okay. I want to let you know that you are not in it alone.
Yeah.
Especially, that is one advantage we have as Christians. Others may be alone, but we have the assurance of God. He said, I'm with you always. So that should be a kind of superpower for you. God is always there for you. Don't lose hope. Always call on Him. Ask the Lord to help you go through. And there's we usually say that no condition is permanent.
Yes.
That phase is a phase. I remember when my husband was shuttling from Enugu to Benin.
Yes,
it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
I can remember.
And the Bible said that He places the solitary in families. That's the essence of family. If you have someone that can help, and that's one advantage we have in Nigeria. Our parents, our relations, a lot of them are willing to come and help at no cost. My mother-in-law, the sister, came to help me in Benin while I was schooling with my child. She came to babysit my baby. You understand? So look around for help. Don't try to be fixated that I must do it myself. I don't know. Extend your hand. Ask for help. Ask for help. Ask someone to help you. And you'll be amazed that people will be willing to come at no cost. Because sometimes you think, I can't pay this person. No. Ask for help. Don't try to do everything alone. No. When you ask, God is your helper, then ask for physical help too, to help you in those activities, and you will have a lot of relief, and you will make progress in whatever you are doing.
Well, thank you so much, Ma. I want to just say a big thank you. I know that listeners have been blessed because personally, I just feel relieved. There's a lot of release and freedom in the atmosphere right now. Like it's like you came to take burdens away. And I know we have learned not just one or two, but so much from what you have said. You have challenged us. You have also encouraged us. Thank you so much, Ma, for pouring into us today. So this brings us to the end of another edition of Sarah's Kindred, but our conversation still continues on all our socials. So you can head on to our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter platform via our handle at the KW Radio. Kindly use the hashtag Sarah's Kindred so that we can track your contributions. And you can feel free to also share your testimonies and questions as well. So till we'll meet again on another episode of Sarah's Kindred, continue to be full of joy and peace in all the seasons of your life. Amen.
Amen.
Bye.